A piece of history was set into print today. A local freelance illustrator has hand-penned an aerial map of Lowell in historic detail. Today, that map was off to the printing press. In the future, the limited edition map may become a collector's item.
This is your Lowell High School. This building here, this building here, this building. This is your police station, JFK Center.
Mapmaker and engineering illustrator Bob Perry has spent 2 years on the project. The result is a bird's-eye view of Lowell, painstakingly detailed and drawn from an angle comparable to that of a map done in the late 1800s.
We can go up in an airplane and we can shoot pictures, photographs, and we can drive down, we can get video cameras and we can shoot the whole area. But unless somebody sits down and draws the view, draws the entire city, lays it out, there's no way that we're going to be able to tell what the city actually looked like in any given point in time, or, you know, in the future. Historians 100 years from now can look back at Lowell and say, okay, well, this is what Lowell looked like in 1987, and then they can go back 110 years and look at Lowell 1876, and then they can get a good idea as to how the city was laid out.
The process begins with a pencil rendering and evolves with the aid of hundreds of aerial photographs.
What I normally try to do is, anytime I go up and I do my aerial, I call it an aerial survey. I go up, I take into consideration the view that I want to draw. In this case here, I drew Lowell looking south, which is identical to the 1876 view. They also look south. So what I did was I started off over in Centerville area, about 1,000 feet in the air, at about a 15-degree angle, and I started shooting my photography working south. And then I'd make a complete loop. I'd go in, say, maybe 500 feet and make another complete loop. And then another 500 feet, I'd work my way in and make another complete loop. So that way, all my photographs, right now we have about 740 aerial photographs of Lowell. Every one of the photographs looks south. And then to get some backside views, I would take some other shots looking to the north in order to tell me what the other side of the buildings look like.
So is this proportionately correct?
Yes, it is, yeah. The buildings, the general streets, the houses themselves, and the streets, the streets themselves are correct. The houses in the streets are generally drawn, loosely drawn. The background is loosely drawn. But the buildings themselves, such as the city hall, the universities, and every place else is accurate. The architectural value of it is represented here in the print. So if you're looking at the view from the air, this is exactly what you'll see.
But exactly what you see is ever-changing in Lowell these days, and Perry has had to take that into account during the process of putting this map together, making adjustments for new construction. Was 2 years a long time to spend? Were you ever impatient doing this?
Yeah, many times. Sometimes this process is that when you start, you can't stop it. For me, it's like a fever. I can't stop it. And I try to emphasize detail. I try getting into the detail. I like to draw little tiny things to make things, people that, if you were to drive down the street or walk down the street, you'd recognize it. You'd say, I remember that. Everybody knows something of the city of Lowell. And what I've tried to do is I've asked questions. I've asked people what they know about Lowell, and I've tried to put that information on the print. So when you look at the print, you'll take a look at the tower, you take a look at this house, or you take a look at the walkways, you'll say, yeah, I remember all that stuff. I know all that stuff.
Perry is best known locally for this sesquicentennial map of Lowell. Like it and the other promotional